Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Pumps. My name is Jer. A few things have happened in the last couple of days I haven't had a chance to cover. So the first thing is Pyron Network. It's a proof of work. It's a, how would you call it? It's a fork of Kaspa. It's basically a copy and paste of Kaspa. The network went down, which is good enough for them. Like I had no problems with them, but you can see Elal here, one of the people. I think he's one of the devs on Kaspa. He wasn't happy because you can see this here. Dear Pyron family, we are the first and the only ones with 10 blocks per second in mainnet. 10 blocks per second in mainnet, super fast, super profitable, and most importantly, very stable. With the right attitude, we took this challenge and we succeeded. Without risk, there is no success. And like in the Olympics, no one remembers who comes second. Thank you for being with us on the podium. So it crashed after that. Basically, they rushed it, and to bring 10 blocks per second, the way the Caspa devs took years of work to get to this point, the Rust migration, and now they're going to go hard fork to 10 blocks per second. And this is why people give out about Caspa taking its time, but when they take their time, this won't happen. Whereas Pyron rushed it and tried to be the first, and it just all collapsed. And you can see the chart here for Pyron, the all-time chart. It looks like CAC. It's down 93% from all-time high. So I know you can't just go off the chart, but looking at that chart, I wouldn't touch it. So Alal kind of uh, he said this. He had this to say. I was recently pointed to shenanigans with a project that copied Caspa to build smart contracts on it, but eventually didn't. And all they are doing is clone the Rust codebase and the OSS ecosystem one to one and try to launch a 10 blocks per second mainnet ahead of Caspa. This is indecent, uncool behavior. And he goes on, as an Indiana Jones fan, it reminds me of the last two scenes in The Last Crusade. Indiana Jones solves all the hard puzzles no one was able to solve for years, and finally gets to the last room where he has to ID and drink from the Holy Grail. After Indy does all the heavy lifting, the bad guys who have been feeding off his efforts throughout the movie follow his footsteps and try to front run him for the first time in the movie and fail miserably. Does anyone feel this analogy like me? So basically, that's the movie with Sean Connery in it, where the Germans went ahead and decided they picked the wrong chalice and they drank the water from the chalice and they died. So basically, they copied everything Indiana Jones did, but at the end, they decided to rush ahead and pick the chalice, and they picked the wrong one, and they died. So, final words. The Caspa devs have been sweating blood thinking about and coding Rusty Caspa. It's very disrespectful and rude to take the work of others, not contribute at any added value, and try to claim fame at the expense of others. I want to shout out to Michael Sutton and all these people, D-Stacks, it just goes on, and anyone else who has been working on Rusty Caspa. Your work is appreciated and the spearhead of proof of work consensus efforts. So there you go. There's only one Casper. You can try and copy it, but I mean the devs on Casper are the ones that develop all this, and that's why they're ahead, and that's why Casper hasn't collapsed. Now, have like I listened to this. This is the round table. I've listened to 3 episodes. I think it's the Casper round table. It's mostly about Bitcoin. The Wolf Web 3. He hosts it. He tries to be impartial. Fair play to him. There was another guy called Nate. He's an expert on the Lightning Network, which is built on top of Bitcoin for scalability issues to make it faster. And this guy Adrian is a Bitcoin maxi. And the first time I heard him talk, I didn't like him. The way he's very condescending when he talks, he seems to talk down to people. I'm sure he's a very smart guy, but I just don't like people who talk down to people, and very condescending. You can hear it in his voice, the way he talks. But anyway, you can listen to part of the interview. I was listening to this. I listened to it yesterday and I had to listen to it again today because it was funny. You can actually hear Shoy and Ilal go mad. You can hear their heads explode, like they're so angry when he says this. But have a listen.
Around there.
I think it's shy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's me. I'm sorry.
And how is Bitcoin going to grab that kind of like market share within Lightning?
Well, I'm not a Lightning developer, so I'm not going to make predictions about what the Lightning Network should do. I'm just using a very common sense approach to this. So here's what I'm saying. We need to go by step. I'm going to try to do this very, very quickly. If Bitcoin is the base layer for money, then we're going to need several solutions on top of it. Just like today, my father, for instance, still uses cash and checks whenever he can, even though he has a Visa, right? There's going to be users that have different thresholds for what they want to use. So we're going to have digital cash that's going to exist on top of Bitcoin, I think. That's issued on top of Bitcoin. I think we're going to have solutions like Lightning. I think we're going to have solutions like Liquid. I think we're going to have other layer two solutions that have not come to the fore yet that are going to solve different use cases. I do not believe a catch-all is going to exist for any one thing. It's not practical, it's not possible. And that's why I said that the trilemma solution to me, people try to say it's a technology solution. I don't think it is. If Bitcoin is going to solve money, this is a financial solution, and we need that kind of a purview and that kind of a view on it if we're going to provide solutions. There's going to be multiple solutions. And I personally do not think that one chain, one solution, one technology on top of Bitcoin or on top of whatever is going to solve everything.
I
And
can agree with that. I
from
can
from
agree
my
with that.
perspective, also, and this is me being a toxic Maxine, I'm totally going to own it. I have heard this since 2012 from all kinds of different chains, all kinds of different coins. All of them say they can do it, none of them has. So I would love it if Kaspa does it at scale, and I would love it if Kaspa shows itself to be successful. From my perspective, this still reeks, I'm sorry, as another shitcoin pump and dump that's going to be dead in 5 years.
Okay.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no,
Can
no.
I
Come on,
jump in
man.
So,
here? Can I jump in? This has been getting okay. I just want to.
So anyway, it went on like that, and Shoei hit back, and he basically, the first thing he said was that when you call Caspa a shitcoin, you don't just hit Caspa the coin, you hit years of work that went into it by the developers. So it's not very nice. You can hear by the way Adrian talks that if he was made of chocolate, he'd eat himself because he just loves himself. That's what I got from him. But there was no budging with him. There was no. Shoy and Elel kind of said that they like Lightning Network. It's a great program. It's great software, but it has its issues. But your man Adrian just wouldn't. I learned a lot. Like, it's not just all about that. You should have a listen to it because I learned a lot about the Lightning Network. I learned that you have to open channels through a centralized entity. The two people have to be online, or else you have to use a third person when you want to send money, and basically have to close channels after you send it, and there's only a limited amount of nodes, so it's a bit centralized. But this is Adrian here as well. He wrote this stuff. So here's an analysis based on general cryptocurrency trends and the information available up to August 2024 without referencing specific sources directly. Market saturation and competition. Cryptocurrency market. The crypto market is saturated with thousands of cryptocurrencies, each claiming to offer better features than Bitcoin. Kaspa, with its promise of superior scalability and transaction speed through its Ghost DAG protocol, is just one of many. However, the market's attention span is short, and new cryptocurrencies often struggle to maintain interest unless they offer truly revolutionary technology or solve pressing issues in a unique way. But he doesn't like that Kaspa says that it solves the trilemma, which it does, and it is very unique technology. Ghost Tag, you have Dag Night coming up, you have the 10 blocks per second. Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin's first mover advantage, which is something that Shoei hated. That's what everybody says. Just because it was the first doesn't mean it's the best. Widespread adoption and recognition as digital gold give it a unique position. New cryptocurrencies, despite technological advancements, often fail to dethrone Bitcoin due to network effects and the establishment trust in Bitcoin security and scalability. Now, I'm only in this game 3 years, and I'm constantly learning. I'm trying to learn everything about Kaspa. But I held Bitcoin as well, and eventually I sold my Bitcoin for Kaspa. But you can't use Bitcoin. Bitcoin has 12 years head start on Kaspa, and that's the only thing really I get from this that it has going for it. Technological promises versus real-world adoption, scalability and speed. While Kaspa's technology might indeed offer faster transaction and better scalability, real-world adoption depends on more than just speed. Bitcoin's slower transaction times have been migrated by second-layer solutions like the Lightning Network for Kaspa. For Kaspa to succeed, it needs not just speed, but also widespread merchant adoption, user-friendly interfaces, and integration into existing financial systems. So we have Kaspa, which wants to bring out a stable coin and a stable KRC-20 token. We have the KII, Kaspa Industrial Initiative, that want to use this to transact billions of dollars over Kaspa. They want to use it for energy. They want it to use for send information. So I would call that pretty big adoption, industrial adoption. And energy efficient. Obviously, we know that Kaspa it doesn't orphan blocks, it uses them, so it's more energy efficient. Regulation. Cryptocurrencies face regulatory scrutiny worldwide. Bitcoin's established legal frameworks in various jurisdictions, given its stability that new entrants like Kaspa might lack. Regulatory hurdles can significantly slow down or even halt. So Rory spoke about that on one of the Kaspa Koi interviews, and he said they're gonna look into all this because they have plenty of experience. Legal status. Kaspa, like many new cryptocurrencies, might not yet have clear legal definitions or acceptance in many countries. This uncertainty can deter businesses and individuals from adopting. Again, it doesn't seem to be deterring anybody. And again, it's only because Bitcoin has 12 years advantage on Kaspa. Community and ecosystem development. Developer activity. Bitcoin has vast ecosystem of developers, tools, infrastructure. New cryptocurrencies need to build this from scratch. Kaspa's success would heavily depend on attracting and retaining a robust developer community. I don't really understand this either, because they have Michael Sutton, they have Shoy Desh, they have Jonathan Sompolinski, they have Eval, they have so many guys. What's your name? Aspect. They have so many brilliant devs that have come up with all these ideas. So I don't know what he's talking about with developers. They have some of the best developers in the world. User adoption. Behind tech enthusiasts, widespread adoption requires ease of use, trust, utility, Bitcoin's brand recognition, and historic give it an edge. See, I don't get it. Widespread adoption requires ease of use, trust, and utility. Whereas he's talking about using Lightning Network, and Lightning Network, like I said, like I just learned today, the two users who want to send money to each other over Lightning both have to be online at the same time. And if they're not, they need a third person. And your man Adrian, I know, said that he doesn't see a problem with this. But I thought the whole point in crypto was to cut out the middleman, like to cut out the banks or cut out the middleman, so it's less decentralized, or so it's less centralized. So I can send you money without going through a third party anytime, straight away, with straight away confirmation. And that's what Kaspa does. We don't need a third person. And the rest of this is just crap. So basically has he has it down here as well. He goes, I'm an arrogant, uneducated. This is another thing here. You can't reply to him unless you follow him or he follows you. I'm an ignorant, uneducated, angry maxi. As such, it is a shitcoin. Over the last 13 years in this space, my knowledge was challenged. I accepted, written, and at length on particle physics, quantum computing, power laws, elliptical curves. I can go on if we just put my whatever, it's just crap anyway. But anyway, he's like liberated potato here. This is the man that created a Kaspa node off a phone. What's your opinion on mining and logarithmic space paper and the prunality proof of block tags? You could also tell your opinion on the paper called On the Instability of Bitcoin Using Block Rewards if you're such an academic and educator, but he hasn't responded to that. I don't even know what that means. So anyway, that's my views. That's kind of, I'm going through all this, and I'm not the most technical person, and I can argue points on this, so like if somebody like Shoy would just eat this apart. But you should listen to this because it's educational as well as gets very heated at times, but it's really good. I will try and put a link in the description. I've gone on about that one for long enough. There's another link here. Mr. Kaspa put this up. So this is Marath. So as we know, Marath Foundation, I think it was. They're the biggest Bitcoin miners, and people are worried that they are mining Kaspa and then selling it to buy Bitcoin. But it doesn't really make sense to me. But he has a few more words here.
Got some very smart people in the company. And one of the things that we have been able to incubate within the company is out of the box ideas. And one of that ideas was Kaspa. And Kaspa is a bet. We continue to remain committed to Bitcoin mining. A majority of our revenues are tied to Bitcoin mining, but then we also have invested in Kaspa miners. and freed up about 1% of our energy source to mine this Kaspa product, which is very high margin, between 85 to 90% margin in the current pricing environment. Obviously, it will fluctuate with the period of time as the global hash rate increases and as this coin becomes more mainstream. But it provides us that opportunity and think out of the box where we can use the same electrons, create more value for our stockholders, and then we can monetize that, either keep it on our balance sheet or monetize that and buy more Bitcoin and continue our story.
So we all know that, I can't remember the exact figures, but per kilowatt, they get more for the 1 kilowatt energy. They make more profit mining Kaspa. And I understand like Bitcoin is the safer bet, but it would make you wonder, like they obviously have their smart guys, so why would they be selling their Kaspa when there's a higher chance of how can I put it? Greater chance of profit when you're in Kaspa than there is in Bitcoin because of the lower market cap. You know, Kaspa's only new, Bitcoin's out a long time. So that's my thoughts on that one. Cool Wallet, they are a hard wallet. They said they were going to bring out Kaspa, and they did. They stayed true to their word. So Kaspa is now integrated on Cool Wallet. It's a hard wallet. You can have a look at that if you want to take a look. And then if we get to the KRC-20 news, the last couple of posts from Casplex, they went from posting nothing to being very active. So the last one was we have nearly finished all the work of Casplex Indexer and are waiting to do the stress test. With release of RBF and dynamic fees, you can now experience KRC-20 on testnet via Casperbot and Casper Wallet. I don't know how you do it on Casper Wallet, but on Casperbot you can get in there and you can test mint, and Casperbot will reward you with airdrops of Casperbot token. And then the day before that was this is exciting news for Casplex team. We call on all wallet developers to integrate these new features as soon as possible in preparation for the official launch of KRC-20. So this is pretty exciting. This is the first time they kind of mentioned the launch. So, I mean, it has to be close now. I'd say they're going to give us at least 2 weeks notice. I think that's what they did last time. So hopefully it'll be the start of September, you know. Caspador, just a bit of heads up for yourself. So there is a fake Caspador account. And the fake account blocked the real Caspador, but Twitter took note and cautioned this account is temporarily restricted. But watch out. I think the fake one says Caspador X, and if Caspador DMs you, chances are it's the fake account. So watch out for that. Another KRC-20 token I actually found yesterday, but it's like it has nearly 500 followers on X already, so it's Kaspa Cat, and it seems okay. They have the tokenomics out. They're keeping some, and they're burning some tokens, and they're keeping some for dexes and sex and all that. You can go in there and have a look. But they are also doing this. Exciting news: the official website for KRC-20 Dex is now live. We're building a Dex specifically tailored for Kaspa, addressing the challenges fair mint meme coins face with initial liquidity. No more barriers to listing just because the token was launched fairly. Kaspa is built for the people, not for the elites. It's one of the few chains where true democracy thrives. Let's make history together. Kaspa for the win. So it says the Dex is now live, but you know it's the website, but it's not. It says coming soon, like, but it is there. So that's pretty cool. So like if this new token Kaspa Cat is going to start a Dex, you have Kaspa Cat's Dex, you have what's the other one's called? KDX. You have them. Casperbot is going to bring out a marketplace / Dex. And you have that other one, Zodex. But I'm seeing a lot of dodgy stuff about Zodex, like they're blocking people and they're not responding to comments. So people are kind of a bit weary about that one. So KDX seems to be the one to use at the moment. And then I trust Casperbot as well because Caspador works with them. So I'd be using them too. Another new KRC-20 token coming out, or is out. It's SOMS, and it's gotten very popular. It's tagged me in a lot of stuff, it seems to, in all the posts, but it doesn't bother me. It seems okay. So exciting news for the whole CAS and KRC-20 community. Our devs finally delivered our long-awaited tool, making 10% of SOMS fully mineable. The tool fetches Kaspa transaction data and rewards SOMP tokens to every miner finding Kaspa on network blocks. So I don't fully understand. I thought maybe I might reach out to these and ask them, can you just really dumb it down for everybody? But I do have two miners running beside me here. So, I mean, all you need to input is a wallet address, and you need, because I only have a small hash rate, I have two KS0 Ultras here. So the combined hash rate is like about 800, 900 gigahash. So I'm only small, so I need to mine to a pool. I don't have enough hash power to solo mine. So I don't know how that works. So if they bring a pool out and I put that address in and I mine to that pool and I get some CAS, I don't know how it works with getting SOMs. But so anyway, I'm sure they'll explain it more. But it's interesting. It's a different technique. And then this is just to show you at the end. This is just about my miners. So I mine to a hero miners pool. So like I have two miners. You can't even hear them on the microphone. They're so quiet. They're called KS0 Ultras Ice River. So I have two of them. I might get another one. They're just running continuously now for the last 3 weeks or something. So you can see total paid 201 CAS. So I've made 201 CAS. And it shows you how much. So I'm averaging about 7 CAS a day for the two of them. And then here's the two miners here. It tells you the hash rate, tells you the last hour, the average. Yeah, and that's kind of them two, you know. And you can log into the miners individually. It shows you the hash rate on this one is 373. If I refresh, it's still 373. 30-minute hash rate is averaging 395. If I go into the other one's a little bit lower at the moment. Probably because I had the DOS back to 393 there. So yeah, they're supposed to do 400 and they do hover around 400, between below 400 and above 400. You can overclock them and you have to take off the warranty sticker and stuff like that, but I don't think I'll bother doing that for the sake of going from 400 to 500 and something gigahash. But that's everything. That's all the news. If you found it helpful, please leave me a like and leave a subscribe, and I will keep you up to date with all the news as it happens. Appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you again. Good luck.